How many staff?
How many staff? As I say, it's 120 residents and there's about 120 staff.
Just one-to-one?
Part-time, a lot of them would be part-time, and that's staff across the nursing area, so the personal care for the residents, to catering, kitchen assistants and hospitality staff, cleaners, maintenance, laundry. All the laundry's done at the facility, and also to our lifestyle. We have 7 people that work in our lifestyle department. So they're responsible for the social interaction for residents. So that's looking at planning different functions, assisting them with newspaper communication, getting into helping them email families if they're away and things like that. Yeah. So, and organising activities. The activities do range further than bingo. Everyone always imagines everyone in an aged care home playing bingo.
Changed a lot, hasn't it?
But it's definitely changed. We tend to have outings, so they might go to local RSL for lunch or to Morning Melodies. We have some men's programs as well, because obviously there's a lot of elderly men who are now becoming part of the facilities, and they're living longer, although the women always live longer than the men. There still are quite a few men, so we have men's groups. Have special barbecue breakfasts for the men on a Friday morning, so they go around, and then we have another group that we call the men's shed. So we have a small shed in the garden, so they then potter in the garden that we have with raised garden beds, doing gardening things. They watch the cricket and have a beer together and things like that. And so there's those sort of activities. Have other craft groups, knitting groups, social groups, meeting the residents' sort of cultural background. So we have Italian and Macedonian residents where I'm, so those sort of things. Yeah, so they just have groups where they'll read the newspaper, so a staff member will read the newspaper in Macedonian for them, so that they have an opportunity to use their own language and things like that. Have special theme days. I mean, coming up, I'm sure this year we'll have it again, is that with the tennis open, so, or the Australian Open, so we have a tennis day. So we have a very large dining room for the residents on the ground floor. So we clear it all back and we actually play doubles tennis inside. And we had the residents were either side of the room, and they were the spectators in the tennis, and they had strawberries and ice cream and popcorn. And we, when the Olympics were on, do another sort of function, and we actually had the staff playing the games, and the residents were the spectators. Had a dancing with the stars. We had all the staff having to do dance routines.
The staff have to be very interactive and very prepared to put themselves out there, haven't they? Yeah, it's more than nursing now, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and for us, the facility is sort of works slightly outside the square. A lot of other facilities are going to that direction, but the staff that look after the personal care of someone, they're also involved in the social interaction. They're not just the person that'll shower them, put them to bed, see that they have their meal. They might take them for a walk in the garden, and they have a very close, the carers have a very close relationship with the residents. You know, they see them at their most vulnerable. That mean they're very intimate with them when dealing with their personal care, and so they can build up a really good rapport. And the residents enjoy to see the staff in a different light. You know, when they're playing in a group. You know, we had a group of nurses who all dressed up and did Swan Lake. Do you know what I mean? So they was all heights and shapes and sizes, all prancing across.
Oh, that'd be good.